Alright, hello and welcome back to another day of the 30-day sketchbook project. So today we're on day 22. I can't believe we've actually got to day 22. Not as quick as I would have liked, because the idea when I first started was I was going to do 2 videos a week, but because we're moving and all sorts of things going on, I just found that to be unsustainable, so it's 1 video a week at the moment. But I actually think that it's been better doing it 1 video a week, because cramming in 2, it just felt like there wasn't, you know, when you're learning, you need that sort of processing time in between, and I wasn't really getting that with trying to put 2 videos in a week. So yeah, I'm happy going at a slightly slower pace. I think it's been more productive. So today, the exercise is called Commission Yourself. So when I was talking about this at the end of last week's video, I couldn't understand why it's called Commission Yourself. But what Minnie is talking about here is that many artists work on commission, and you know, sometimes when you work on commission, you have to do something you're not familiar with, or something maybe you don't enjoy it, or whatever, you know. So she's saying, well, you don't need to be a professional artist to work on commission, because you can commission yourself. So the subject matter of this is she's used a poem called My Shadow by Robert Louis Stevenson. And the particular line that we're going to focus on, I'll read it to you because it's actually quite nice. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. I quite like that. So, yeah, I'll just flip you through. So we're drawing a little shadow, and it's in ink. So you do the first line drawing in pencil, and then you sort of shade it in ink, which I quite like, the idea of learning. And she gives a little bit of guidance on shading, because it's not something that I'm good at, I have to admit, so it's good to have that. So yeah, let's get going and have a look and see how we do. Actually, before we start, I wanted to show you something. So I've been trying to move away from using lots and lots of disposable pens. So I've just bought myself, I bought this for myself a couple of weeks ago. It's a dip pen, because I thought for drawing stuff like this, you know, it's good enough, right? But I also bought some fine liners. So they're the same brand, but one's just a little bit smaller than the other. So it's a brand called Yuka's, and it's a fine liner, and you can buy these cartridges separately. So the idea is that you suck up the ink in that, you put it in like a normal, you know, ink cartridge that you'd put in a fountain pen. The pens actually came with a disposable ink cartridge, but obviously, like I said, because I'm trying to move away from this throwaway plastic single use. Well, is it single use? You use the pen over and over again, but you know what I mean. You know, I'm trying to move away from plastic, so having this reusable cartridge that I can just suck up ink with, and I've got this ink. It's waterproof India ink. Now, this is a plastic bottle, which is a little annoying, but I'm guessing I would get a good few years out of this, rather than having to throw a pen away every few months, every couple of months, or whatever it is, you know. I'm probably going to do the drawing with this today, but I'm going to fill this just to give it a little test so that we can both see how it works. So, oh, this is what I did last week. I was actually really happy with the way this turned out. Obviously, ignore the fact that these leaves are different. It's just that this is what the book said to do it like, and I didn't like it, so I did the other leaves this way. But actually, yeah, I think it would have been fine if they were all like that. I mean, look, if you take it that way, that's actually quite nice, isn't it? It's just that I couldn't quite get the technique right on that. And I suppose it's good enough. Anyway, let's have a looksy-cooksy at this pen. Right, I'm going to get rid of that so that if I do make a little mistake with the ink, I'm not going to spill it everywhere. So I have actually no idea how you're supposed to use this. That obviously didn't reach the ink. Let's try again. Ah, yeah. Okay. That's messy. Oh, I should have brought a tissue. Oh dear. Hang on. Oh, okay. Good enough. And then let's pop it in. Right. I wonder how you get it started. Maybe give it a couple of pats, I don't know, no idea. There was no instructions with the pen. So, oh, hang on, I can see ink coming through there. There we go. Oh, that's a lovely line. What is this? This is 1 mil. So let's, day 22, commission yourself. I do quite like that. I mean, obviously it'll be interesting to see how long the nib lasts, because the annoying thing is that when you have to buy a new nib, you can't just buy the little nib. It's this whole thing that they sell, which is really annoying. But they do say that that lasts a year. We'll see, because, you know, if I had a fine liner that I was using on a regular basis, it might last me a month, a couple of months. So if that's a year, then that's, and we're only chucking this away instead of chucking all of that away, then it's good, right? Right, let's get going then. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see that, because obviously some of these lines are quite light, but yeah, I've done the basic drawing there. Hopefully it's a good enough representation. Let's have a look, and then we start with the ink. So I think I am going to start with the dipper. So you dip it in and then you swirl it so that it goes down into, you know, these little grooves. And then if you fill that up with ink, then you can go for a while. Okay, so you have to outline the edge, the floor, and the doorway with pen. When the paper's flat, it's actually really hard to see whether you're drawing the line straight. Ideally, it would be like this. Oh! Oh dear, a bit of a blemish there, but it's okay, it adds to the character, right? And then what do we do? I think I'm going to swap this out now and try the fine liner. It's actually taking a lot longer than I thought it would be. It's enjoyable though, I have to say. Like, you do get absorbed with it. But, you know, it's that monkey mind that says, oh, are you taking too long? Are you not doing it right? Why is it taking so long? And it's just about learning to shut that down. Okay. Let's have a read. Oh my God. So you extend it even further. All the way down. Wow, okay. I'm gonna go back to my ink. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. So after this, what you're supposed to do is let it dry completely and rub the pencil marks out. So I will let it dry. What do you think of that? I think it's turned out okay. Let's have a look at hers. I think her sort of shadow gets a lot fainter at the top. I did, one of the mistakes I did make, and I knew I made it when I was making it, was when I drew the head in. Basically, when I initially drew it, I drew it as that, and then when I came to fill it in, I thought, oh, it shouldn't really be round. It should be much more elongated and oval like that, shouldn't it? So I was trying to get that shape as I was lining it with the pen, but then obviously that made me kind of put more pen in than I actually intended to. But I mean, it's okay. I know for next time to pay attention to the little details like that. But yeah, overall, I think it's okay. I think I'm happy with that. I quite like the starkness of it. So yeah, I might play around with this a little bit more. I might try that one, actually. It's quite nice. But let's have a look next time. What are we doing? Okay, so we're doing a colour challenge. So it's a timed challenge, teaching you how to loosen up. Okay, this might be quite good. A nice little bird to draw as well, isn't it? Yeah, let's see how that goes. That might be quite good. Oh, and then look at this. We're moving on to the challenge yourself section. Not sure if I'm quite ready for this, but we will see. Okay. Right, I will see you again next time.